Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley and this is another bookish video. Hello friends, can you believe that we are already almost to June? That is crazy to me. Also, by the way, please ignore my voice. I have been sick the past week, so please bear with me in this video. I'm trying to fight this cold still, but I want to get this video out here. And in today's video, we are going to go over my June TBR. And it is a very exciting TBR because I am participating in the amazing Readathon. And I am on the amazing Readathon, which is created and hosted by Bree from For Paws and a Book. I'm very excited. This is, I think, my third time. I think this is her third year, and also her third year hosting in her this readathon, and it will also be my third time participating, and I am very, very excited. And I normally would be playing my TBR game, but I decided to do a different way of choosing my books for the month of June, because for the Amazing Readathon there are 10 different prompts, and they will be dropped throughout the month of June, and we don't know what order they will be dropped, and it's based off of different locations that we will be going to. So, and there's different prompts, and you have to read that book before moving on to the next location. But I will leave her channel link down below so you can get even more information if you don't know about the readathon already. But yeah, I am very excited. But anyway, so what I did for my TBR is I have 2 stacks back here of books, and on Instagram I created polls with emojis. I will leave an example here of for my Instagram followers to choose what I read for the month of June based off of that prompt and the emoji. And whichever one won is what I will be reading in the month of June. So one of these stacks is the winner stack, and the other one is the one that did not. Each one is one of the 2 books that you guys voted on, or my Instagram followers voted on. And so I am very excited to share which ones won, but I will go through both choices. But like I said, my voice is not the greatest right now, so I'm gonna try to go over this quick. So I will not be going over a lot the synopsis very in detail. I'm just gonna show the book and maybe a brief couple words about them, and that's it. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and show you what my June TBR is going to be. Alright, so for the first main prompt for the Amazing Readathon was to read a cozy book, and that could be anything from a cozy feel cozy mystery, cozy fantasy, whatever, or just a comfort book, a book that from your favorite author or whatever. I went with the cozy cozy route, cozy mystery, cozy fantasy. I actually went with the cozy fantasy route. And my first option was Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree, and the second option was The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. These are both cozy fantasies, I think, and they're both, I think, romance. This is sapphic. So one of the bonus, you can get bonus points if a book has LGBTQ plus rep, and there's also a bonus if it fits the your team's prompt. And I didn't tell you what team I'm on. I'm on Team Illusionists, and the co-hosts for Team Illusionists are Cassidy from Covers with Cassidy and Brittany from Brittany Loves Reading. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I will leave their channels linked down below as well. But yeah, I'm very excited to be part of their team. And their the bonus prompt for Team Illusionist is a school setting. So I don't think any of these will fit the school setting. But that is one of the bonus prompts. But anyway, the bonus prompt for like everybody is if it has LGBTQ rep, you'll get extra points. So this will work for that. And yeah. So yeah, these were the two choices. Let's go ahead and see which one won. The vote are ending, but I have to go check which one won out of these two. I'm excited to read both of these, so I can't go wrong either way. Okay, so I just looked, and the winner with 53% of the votes was The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. It was a very close call. Like, this one almost won. Like, I thought this was gonna win for a little while there, but then this, like, came in, and, like, people, like, were voting for this one. So, this is the winner. I'm very excited to read this one. I've heard really good things about it. So yeah, I think this will give like the perfect cozy vibes, and this kind of gives me like some summery vibes too. So I'm excited to read this one in June. So for the second prompt, it was to read a book with romance, and it can have any amount of romance. It just has to have a romance, some type of romance in it. Like so it doesn't have to be a romance. It just has to have a romance in it. So, the choices I chose was Here for the Wrong Reasons by Annabelle Paulson and Lydia Wang. This is a sapphic romance, and it gives like bachelor vibes. And I've been wanting to read this for a while. I used to like love watching The Bachelor, and I think this will be such a fun read. And then my second choice was Broken by Daylight by Elizabeth Helen. This is the fourth book in the Beast of the Briar series, and I actually still need to read book 3, but this gives very like summery like vibes, so I chose that. And of course these both have romance. This is a fantasy romance, this is a contemporary romance, so yeah, I was excited either way. Let's go ahead and see which one won. So with 56%, the winner was Here for the Wrong Reasons by Annabelle Paulson and Lydia Wang. And I'm excited for this. Like, I think this will be a quick, fun read, and it gives it'll give me like the bonus points for LGBTQ plus rep. And yeah, I'm very excited to read this. It's been sitting in my TBR for a little while now, so yeah, I think this will be just a fun time. And yeah, very excited for this one. The third prompt was for a book with a green cover, and the first book I have an option for is Beautiful Villain by Rebecca Kenny. I think this is a romance that is kind of based off of The Great Gatsby. Yeah, The Great Gatsby. I read The Great Gatsby in school, and it was probably my favorite book I read in school. So I'm excited to give this a try. I am not sure I don't really know anything about this. It doesn't have like very many reviews, and it doesn't have like the greatest reviews, but I am still excited to give it a try because I actually really enjoyed The Great Gatsby when I read it for school. And then the second option I have is Wicked Beauty by Katie Robert. This is the third book in the Dark Olympus series, and this one follows Achilles oh my gosh, I am so sorry, I'm butchering this name, and Helen of Troy. So yeah, this will have LGBTQ plus rep as well. And I'm not sure. I think this is a like it will be poly, because they're all in like a relationship together. At least that's what I'm pretty sure is happening. But yeah, I'm excited. I really enjoyed the first two of this series. So I'm excited to move on and read the third book. And yeah, you can't go wrong with either of these ones as well. And so yeah, let's go ahead and see which one won. Right, so this was another very close call, but the winner with 53% was Wicked Beauty by Katie Robert. I am very excited. It's a series continuation, so I'm like continuing series that I'm in the middle of. So I'm excited about this one, and it'll give me those bonus points too. And like I said, I really enjoyed the other two, so that's another reason to be very excited to read this one. But yeah, very excited for this one, and let's go ahead and move on to prompt number 4. So the fourth prompt is to read a low rated book, and the options I have are, first is To Cage a God by Elizabeth May, and this has a 3.32 average rating on Goodreads with about 2,000 ratings, so definitely low rated. And then the second option I have is Mistress of Lies by K.M. Enright, and this has also a like 3.3 average rating with about 3,000 ratings. So yeah, both very low rated, but I am very excited to read both of these. This has like vampire vibes. I think it has like vampires. And then this one, I am not sure. Yeah. I am not sure exactly what it is about, but it looks cool. I think it's a fantasy romance, or maybe it's more fantasy with like a little bit of side plot of romance. So yeah, I'm not sure if it is romantic or not. And I think this one is also like fantasy with a little bit of romance in it. But yeah, I do know this one, it does say it is a fantasy romance. So yeah, I'm excited to read both of these. Again, I couldn't go wrong either way. So yeah, let's go ahead and see which one won. So with 58% of the votes, Mistress of Lies won, and I am very excited. I am excited to read a vampire like fantasy romance, and I'm pretty sure this is sapphic, but I am not sure. Do not quote me on that. I have to look up again if that is true, or if there is like queer rep in it. I am not sure, but I am excited to read this either way. And yeah, I know it says a villainous heroine finds herself plunged into a seductive world of power, politics, and murder in the court of the Vampire King, in this bloodthirsty debut from an unmissable new voice in fantasy romance. So yeah, I know this is low rated, but I am excited to read it either way and see what my thoughts will be on it. Yeah, very excited for this one. All right, so for the fifth prompt, it was to pick a book that is that takes place in a city, and I don't think it has to have the whole book doesn't have to take place in the city, but I think a majority of it should be in a city. And for the options I chose, the first one is Written in the Stars by Alexandria Bellafleur. This has been sitting on my TBR for a while, but I've been excited to read this, and it is, I'm pretty sure it takes place in Seattle because of the skyline here. But yeah, I'm excited. This is a sapphic romance, and yeah, I'm just very excited to hopefully get to this one in June, because this has been sitting on my TBR for a while. But then the second option I'm even more excited about, and that is When the Tides Held the Moon by Vanessa Vida Kelly. This is I think it's like, I don't know if it's magic or it's a fantasy, but it is set in like our world. It takes place in New York City around like Coney Island, and in 1910s New York City. And it follows a like merman, and I think I don't know who like the main male, like the other guy is, but it's a male romance. Like there's a romance that develops between them two. And I like, it's a new release, and I've just been so excited to read this one. Um so yeah. And it also said it was like, I can't remember the other comparison they said, but I know they said it gives The Greatest Showman vibes, and I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, immediately like on my TBR, because I love the movie The Greatest Showman. So yeah, very excited to get to this one. But we will see which one won. But I have been like slightly rooting for this one more, but we will see. So with 58%, the winner was Written in the Stars. And I think where I went wrong is, if you see on this poll, like I added like the little like city skyline to this option, and like the prompt was set in the city. So this probably gave off more city vibes to them, so they probably voted for this one. Whereas like this, like the one, like the emojis that I chose for this one gave more like fantasy in the like water vibes. So maybe that's why this one didn't get picked. So yeah, I'm still excited to read this, and it has been sitting on my TBR for a really long time, so it's probably a good thing this one got picked. But I'm just so excited to read this one. I probably will add it to my TBR for June anyway, because there are like sightseeing prompts. Like if you read the like prompt like before we move on to the next city, you can do like these sightseeing prompts. So maybe I will still read this one as like one of like, and put it towards one of the sightseeing prompts. But yeah, we will see. I just am very excited to read this one. But I am still excited to read this one. So yeah, this was the winner for takes place in a city. All right, the next prompt was to pick a book with a violent word in the title. And for one of the options, I chose Blood on Her Tongue by Johanna Van Veen. This is a horror book, and I heard that it is very unsettling, and it check trigger warnings for it. So I am a little nervous to read this one, but I am still I still want to give it a try. Yeah, I know nothing else about this one, but yeah, I'm excited. And then I also have A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. This has been sitting on my TBR for a really long time, and I've heard really good things about this whole trilogy. And this will definitely give me the school setting bonus prompt for my team, Team Illusionists. So, excited for both of these. Again, you can't go wrong either way. But again, actually they'll both give me the bonus prompt, bonus points, because this one I'm pretty sure has queer rep in it. And then of course, obviously this has a school setting. So yeah, let's go ahead and see which one won. All right, so with 59% of the votes, A Deadly Education won, and I'm still excited to read this one. It has been sitting on my TBR for a while, and it does give me the school setting prompt, and yeah, I'm just excited to give this a try. And I'm not surprised at this one, because I did post on in the Discord, in my team chat, with and told them to like go vote for their picks. So I'm sure once they saw like the emoji for like this one, they probably picked that because it definitely gave off like in a school setting vibes. So I'm not surprised that this one won at all. So yeah, I'm still very excited because like I said, it's been sitting on my TBR for a while now. So for the next prompt, it was to pick a book with a celestial or godly word in the title. And one of the first options I had was Light from Uncommon Stars by Rika Aoki. I'm so sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I hope I was correct. And then I also have Upon a Star Lit Tide by Kel Woods. So I went with like the celestial like word in the title, because stars. And this one is a sci-fi, and I am not a big like sci-fi reader, so this one makes me nervous. That's why this has been sitting on my TBR for a while, because I just, like I said, I like don't read a lot of sci-fi, and it is my like least like read genre, like other than nonfiction, because I don't really read nonfiction. So yeah, this one definitely makes me a little nervous. And then I also have Upon a Starlit Tide. This is a fantasy, and it said it's a historical fantasy combining elements of The Little Mermaid and Cinderella. And that's all I really know. So yeah, I know it has like a historical setting vibes, and mermaid vibes. So yeah, another like mermaid vibes one, and I've been excited to give this a try, especially with like when they said like Little Mermaid and Cinderella. Like I love Disney, like Disney movies. So yeah, I'm excited to read this one, and hopefully like this one was chosen, but let's go see which one won. So with whopping 68% of vote, Light from Uncommon Stars won. So we will be choosing this. We will be reading this one for that prompt. Again, I am not a big sci-fi reader, so it makes me nervous, but I'm still excited to give it a try. I've heard really good things about it, so yeah, very excited to add this. And like I said with When the Tides Held the Mood, I probably will still add this to my June TBR because it's another one that I am just really excited to read. Like it's a new release, and yeah, I just really excited to read this. So maybe I have a video idea for June in the future with these like mermaid books, but we will see. No, like nothing is set in stone here, like things can change. But this will be the book I read for the celestial prompt. So for the 8th prompt, the prompt was to choose a shorter book than the last book you read. So since we don't know the order of when these prompts will be dropped, I just chose two of like the shortest books that are on my TBR shelf, that I am like wanting to read like as soon as possible. So the first one is A Kingdom of Stars and Shadows by Holly Renee. This is a start of a fantasy romance series. It's the same author that wrote The Veiled Kingdom, which I really enjoyed. So yeah, I'm excited to read this one. And then the next one is a fantasy novella, The City in Glass by I am sorry if I pronounce that wrong. I will have to look up how to pronounce this name. I'm so sorry. But yeah, this is a fantasy novella, and I haven't heard too much about it. But I am excited to read this one. And I'm excited to read this one too. This one will probably be quicker to get through because it's a fantasy romance, and I love fantasy romance. This one I'm not so sure about, because this has more like fantasy vibes to it. So yeah, but they're both very short. I think they're both under like 300 page. Like this one is just over 200 pages, and I think this one is just under 300 pages. Yeah, this is 272 pages. This is like 212 pages. So both under 300 pages and both shorter than all of the books that I mentioned and what I will mention. So it will work for that prompt. Let's go ahead and see which one won. So with 63% of the votes, The City in Glass won. This is definitely going out of my comfort zone because I don't read a lot of like higher like fantasy stuff, but I did really enjoy Blood Over Brighthaven, which is more like fantasy and not like the fantasy romance that I normally read. So and it is short, so it'll be a quick read. So yeah, I just hope I enjoy it. I'm not a big like novella person, so we will see if I enjoy it, but I'm still excited to read it. Yeah, very excited to give this a try. So for the 9th prompt, the prompt was to pick a book with an over-the-top cover, and that was for your like own interpretation. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk right now. Of what you think is an over-the-top cover. So I chose this is just based on my opinion on what I thought was over the top and what I like want to read like as soon as possible. And so the first book I have is A Magic Steeped in Poison by Judy I. Lin. And this just has so many colors, and like I just thought this was like over the top with like colors and like everything. So that is why I chose it as one of the options. This is, I think, a young adult fantasy romance, and that's all I really know about it, but it's been sitting on my TBR for a while, so hopefully maybe this one got chosen. We will see. And then my next option was Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. I've been, like, this book has been so hyped, and I've just it's been sitting on my TBR for a while now, just waiting to be read, and that is why I chose it for the over the top. And I chose it for over the top because there are so many like little details in this, like so many like things like that are happening on this cover. Like if you look closely enough, like there's a deer here, there's like just so many like things that I felt it was over the top. And like I said, in my opinion, like I think like just so many deals. And I've heard that like everything on this cover does like make an appearance like in this book in like some way. Like they're like little like Easter eggs. Like I don't know. So yeah, I thought like in my opinion that this was over the top. So yeah, these are my two options. Let's go ahead and see which one won. Alright, so with 59%, the winner was Magnolia Parks. I'm so excited to be finally, like, adding this to a TBR. Like, I've been wanting to read this for so long because I've just heard nothing but good things. I know there's some people that, like, do not like it. Like, there's people that hate it, but, like, the people that like it love it. Like, they, like, shout, like, from the rooftops about this book. So I'm excited to read this finally. I know this will be just a drama-filled, maybe fun time, I don't know. But yeah, I'm excited to add this to my June TBR. Alright, and then the last prompt was to read a book with a chilling cover. And that could be or chilling cover or winter setting. And chilling cover could be like snow. Like snow or like wintry stuff on the cover. Or it could be like unsettling, like scary like cover. And I went with like the more unsettling like idea for this prompt because I didn't really want to read a winter setting book in June. So the first option I have is Don't Let the Force In by CJ Drews. I've heard nothing but good things about this book. and I want to see what the hype is all about, and this cover is very unsettling to me. So yeah, definitely this one. And then I have Notcadia by Carrie Lake, and this has like a skull, so it's pretty scary. And this also has a school setting, so it fits like the bonus prompt for our team. So yeah, this is a like dark romance, and this is a young adult fantasy, like horror, like fantasy horror. So yeah, very different vibes, but very two unsettling covers for you. Let's go ahead and see which one won. All right, so with 63%, the winner was Notcadia by Carrie Lake. This is a like thicker book, so hopefully I can get through it quickly. Because like I said, like you can't move on to other prompts until you finish like the prompt you're on. So hopefully this will read quickly because that is a lot of pages. Yeah, this is like nearly 700 pages. So, but I'm still excited to read this one. It's been sitting on my TBR for a while. It gives the school setting vibes, and I think this is a like, it's a dark romance, and I think it takes place at Dracadia University, and I think it follows a student and a professor. But I'm not 100% sure. And I know it's college, like they're in college, so it's not like weird or like that, like weird. But yeah, I am excited to read this one either way. So yeah, that is the last book on my June TBR for Amazing Readathon. Alright, so these are the books I am reading for the Amazing Readathon. And normally I would like do the jars, but I think for the Amazing Readathon, I'm not gonna do that. Like I think I'm gonna, like for like the sightseeing prompts, I think I'm just gonna mood read. And there are like the series that I'm like working on, like, you know, The City of Bones, Outlander, and the Dagger Brotherhood, the Daggerhood books. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I'm like, I have like brain fog right now. But Dark Brother Daggerhood. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I can put a picture of like the next books that I will be reading in those series up above here, because those are the only ones that I will probably be like also working on throughout the month. Like I don't know if they're gonna fit any of like the Amazing Readathon prompts, but I will be probably working on them. But I probably will work on them for June and July, so it's not like those three aren't ones that I need to finish in June. So I'm not gonna worry about like if they fit prompts or not. I'm gonna put those down. But yeah, like I said, I will probably still add these, and hopefully they fit sightseeing prompts if I'm able to get to those. And then I also might also still add this one because I've been wanting to read it for a while now. But yeah, anyway, those are all the books I am reading for the Amazing Readathon and for the month of June. Thank you if you voted on my Instagram. I will also leave my Instagram down below in case like I decide to do something like this again. That way, like if you see this video like in the future, you can follow me there and vote the next time. But yeah, anyway, if you did vote on that on this video, like on my like the prompts, thank you so much. And anyway, yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Again, I'm very excited. Please let me know if you are participating in the Amazing Readathon or what you are going to be reading in June. And please like this video and please subscribe. It definitely will appreciate it so much. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.